How will the 2024 elections affect the real estate market? Well, if you're buying or selling, doesn't matter. It's completely natural to be a little gun shy leading up to what is going to be a very significant presidential election. Of course, we cannot have a crystal ball and predict the future, but history gives us great clues as to what the future is going to hold. And especially with real estate, it's very cyclical. So I'm not saying that it's completely predictable, but we can take a lot of cues of what has happened historically in real estate to give you a good indication of what we are sliding into in the major 2024 presidential election in November. Hi, my name is Lorene Hetherington. I'm a 20-year vet of the real estate industry. And what I love about my job is that it is always changing and there's always new tricks to learn and new mountains to climb. So I got into the real estate actually after 9/11. So I've been through several major corrections or hiccups in the market, however you'd like to label it. Of course, 08, 2011, and of course now what I really believe to be the zinger that people didn't quite expect, much of it tied to the economy, is the housing slowdown over the last year that we are right in the middle of. So what we're seeing right now is, of course, really high interest rates, or higher than most buyers lately have been used to. So they're used to that 3 to 4% optic, and now they had 7 and 8, and now it's finally starting to creep down. So we have higher interest rates and did have lower inventory, but I think the big story heading into this election is housing affordability, or rather the lack of affordable housing. Homes keep going up and up and up, and most people's salaries are not keeping pace with the price of homes going up. So it's just a challenging time with real estate, and then you add on top of that the presidential elections that are coming in November. So today we want to do a deep dive into how the elections are going to be affecting the next 6 months to a year trailing that November 2024 election. So again, my name is Lorene Hetherington. If you're just joining us for the first time, we cannot thank you enough for spending a couple of minutes with us. I'm very fortunate to lead a team of luxury agents, and we specialize in buying and selling here in the Nashville, Tennessee market. Of course, what we're talking about today is applicable not only here in Nashville, but all across the country. It's again about the elections and how it will affect real estate. So first off, it doesn't matter if you're red or blue, it just is just the way it is with real estate. We are seeing 3 big takeaways when it comes to elections and what happens to real estate right after them. The first big takeaway is home sales increased in the following months right after a major election. If you look at the data from the MLS and National Association of Realtors, home sales actually increased 9 out of the 11 years following a major election. So what that means is more economic movement, more buyers deciding to jump into the pool, more sellers achieving their ultimate goal, which is to sell a home. So if you've been waiting to buy a house until after the election, yeah, you're in the majority, because statistically, history tells us that home sales are going to increase right after the election. Real estate trend number 2, median home prices, or the price of homes, went up right after the election. So they went up 7 after the last 8 elections. We had home prices go up. So this, of course, data from the National Association of Realtors. So it's a great source. They've got their thumb and their pulse on everything. I hear out in the field a lot that people are waiting because, not a lot, but a few people are saying, hey, we want to wait till after the elections because we think the prices are going to crash. I will tell you, if you go back and you study history and study the facts, it's probably not going to happen. In fact, again, 7 out of the last elections, that period right preceding it, home prices actually went up. Election trend number 3 talks about interest rates. Of course, interest rates affect people's buying power. The lower the interest rate, the overall cost of owning a home goes down. So we would really love some relief on mortgage rates. The stats show that mortgage rates dropped leading up to 8 out of the last presidential elections. So really the turn starts happening from July and it goes all the way through November. And that is right what we're seeing right now. Interest rates keep going down and down and down. They may not be at the same caliber as what you would like them to be, but mortgage rates are on the way down, which is historically right on track with what we see going into a presidential election. If you've watched any of the presidential debates, you know that, of course, housing was brought up multiple times. Both Harris and Trump talked about housing affordability, and they did touch on not only the lower income or first-time home buyers, but they touched a lot on the middle-class renters that are currently spending 50% of their income on rent. Harris talked about possible down payment assistance for first-time homebuyers. That has been done before, and as a matter of fact, my sister got in on the last major down payment assistant. I think it was like $6,000 that they were giving first-time homebuyers. So we could see another one of those down payment assistant programs rolling out after the elections. Trump vowed to reduce regulatory hurdles to build new homes. While the federal government, of course, can't solve the housing struggles and challenges, there will be continued pressure on the White House, no matter who gets in, to have lower interest rates. Of course, that makes such a big difference on overall affordability and people's ability to purchase homes. So heading into November, experts are expecting it to be a slower month. That's typical, that's normal. Right around major elections, we do see a downturn of actual activity because people feel that uncertainty, which is completely natural, and they're waiting to see how things shake out. So the slowdown in November is usually temporary though, and it is very short-lived. I do say you've got to move when the numbers make sense. When you need to move, you need to move. So I always say, take it to the bank. It's a favorite phrase within our team. Go lead with numbers, meaning accounting-wise, is it smart for you to move? And if all signs are good or you need to simply move, then take that step when you are ready, despite the fact whether it's an election year or not. So the elections are coming up just around the corner. We always say you can't really complain if you don't vote. So I hope you take the opportunity to voice your opinion and then let it roll how it rolls. We are so grateful that you spent a couple of minutes with us. Again, my name is Lorene Hetherington. I want to pop up my phone number here on the screen right now. Call or text us if you know someone who's considering moving to the Nashville, Tennessee area. Our team gets calls every single week from people who are exploring the Nashville area and thinking that this would be a great address for their family. We would be honored to hop on a phone call and answer any questions that you have. And then if you're planning a home shopping trip, if you're in and you're like, I'm moving to Nashville, this is our next great place, I would love it if you could hop on a Zoom call with me and we'll kind of lay out the different areas that may be hotspots for you and maybe areas of high interest. And then when you come to town, we'll block out our calendar so we have the opportunity to take you into these great neighborhoods so you can find the perfect house. We are all about helping you buy a house, get a fresh start, and live your best life yet. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.